Hello everyone, my name is Ria and in this video I am going to explain how to write the program for merge sort. So let me tell you, merge sort is one of the best sorting techniques till now which we have studied. So merge sort basically takes less amount of time as compared to other sorting techniques. So this merge sort is based on recursion. So let us see a video which will help us understand better. So merge sorting is done recursively. What we do is we take an array and we keep dividing it from the middle till we get only one element in each halves. So each half is known as a subarray. Then we again sort these subarrays and then join them back to get the final sorted array. So let me explain you using an example. So we'll consider an array having 6 elements, that is 5, 4, 3, 1, 2 and 6. We have to arrange these elements in ascending order using merge sort algorithm. So we consider this array. So we'll consider this starting index of the array as beginning and the end, that is the last index of the array, as end. And since beginning is less than end, the answer is yes, so we divide the array into two halves and mid value is calculated as beginning plus end divided by 2. And in this case we get 0 plus 5 by 2, that is actually 2.5, but we consider only the integer part. So what we do is we'll just write separately the two sub arrays, and again this array is divided into sub arrays. So first of all these two is considered. Now let us see what is happening. We'll consider the left sub array. So this is the beginning and this is the end. Since beginning is less than end, yes. So again we have to divide the array into two halves. Mid is equal to beg plus end divided by 2 and we get mid value as 1. And again we get this part. We again consider the left sub array and we'll consider beginning and end again, and since beginning is less than end, so again we calculate the value of mid. This time we get value of mid as 0. Now this sub array contains only 2 elements, but still we have to divide these two arrays into two sub arrays. That is, even if the array is having only one element, we have to divide it. So we considered this array. This was divided into this part. We have this part also which will be dividing it later. So this part was again divided into two parts. Again this was disintegrated into one. Now what we do is we'll just compare the values of each subpart, and then if the latter is less than the first, so the numbers will get swapped, and then finally we'll merge all the sub arrays and again form the sorted array. So now let us see. Similarly we'll be doing it for this half part. Now let us see how to write the code for this program. First of all we'll write the header file, that is #include iostream, and we'll include the standard library file, and we have globally declared an array of size 50, and I've also declared the function that is merge with 3 parameters. Now since I had told that we'll be in merge sort, we basically use recursion. So inside this function the two values has been passed, that is low and high. This mid value is calculated as low plus high divided by 2. Now this mid value will only be calculated if low is less than high. Now first of all, let me tell you what is the value of low and what is the value of high. That I have declared in the main. This value has been passed from here. In the main function, first of all we have to enter the number of elements we want to sort, and we'll be entering the elements. After that we see that there's a function call. This is function call, okay, and finally after seeing this function call, we'll be directed to this part of the program where the mid value, first of all the passed values, that is 1 and num, that is num is the highest value. So these two values are passed, and using these two values the following operations are performed. So if low is less than high, so mid value is calculated, that is low plus high divided by 2. Now these two functions, we can see that the name of this function and this function is same, that is this is a recursive call. Since this is a recursive call, that is the function is called repeatedly by itself. So for both the functions different parameters are passed, and we see that after this recursive call again a function is called. There is a function called, that is merge low, mid and high. We'll go to this part of the function, and I've declared some of the variables as h, I, j, and we have also kept an array in which we'll sort each and every element and we'll be storing in this array. And first of all this condition is checked while h is less than equal to mid and j is less than equal to high. If it is so, then inside this for while loop we have one condition whether a of h is less than equal to a of j. If it is so, then the value that is a of j, which is a smaller value, will be stored in this array, and finally the value of h will be incremented by 1. Else if a of j is smaller, and then a of j will be stored in this array and the value of j will be incremented by 1. Now this loop continues until this condition becomes false. Then we have if condition outside this while loop, that is if h is greater than mid. If it is so, then we see that inside this if statement there is one for loop, that is k is equal to j, k less than equal to high, k plus plus. And each time this value will be stored in this array and the value of I will be incremented by 1. Else we see that there is a for loop for k is equal to h, k less than equal to mid, k plus plus, and the value of this value will be stored in b of I and the value of I will be incremented by 1. Now when we come out of this if statement, we find that outside this if statement there is a for loop which is running from k is equal to low to k is less than equal to high. So for each time when the condition is true, the value b of k will be stored in a of k. Now let us see how this program runs. The compiler is asking us to enter the number of elements we want to sort. Suppose I want to sort 5 elements. I'm entering, and let me enter some 5 unsorted elements. Suppose 6, 2, 3, 5, 9. Yeah, that's it. So we can see that the sorted list is displayed using merge sort, that is 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. So this is the program for merge sort. Thank you.